Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Aquarius. Before we get going too far, I do want to wish everybody who has a sun sign of Aquarius a very happy birthday. And no matter where Aquarius lies in your astrological birth chart, please know this energy is important. It will still impact you as it will be all around. Being Aquarius is large and in charge right now. Now, the decks that I chose, I do have the Spiral Tarot. I couldn't think of a better deck to encapsulate that Aquarius energy of knowledge, of, kind of thinking outside the box a bit. So the Spiral Tarot, it's one of my oldest decks. It's an amazing, amazing read. I have paired it with the Sacred Earth Oracle. Aquarius is fantastic. There's a lot of amazing energy with it. However, it can get you on fast forward and those spinny thoughts. We need that stability. And I thought it would be a nice pair with the spiral because we do have a lot of that higher thinking in the spiral. It's got lots of symbology to it, as you can see here. Lots of extra symbols, adding in added flavor. We need that kind of, blurriness. We need that earthy energy. Now, let's get going on this. Let's see what Aquarius wants to share with you. All right. Oh, there she is again. The Queen of Cups. Second most intuitive card in the deck. One of the most creative cards in the deck. The Five of Pentacles in reversal. The Empress. Third card in the Major Arcana. And then the Knight of Cups in reversal. We started with the Mother, we end with the Sun in reversal. So Aquarius is going to challenge you in good ways here. And we know it's going to be a challenge kind of energy with the cards that we have in reversal. The Five of Pentacles talks about feeling disconnected, feeling isolated. The Knight of Cups in reversal talks about, lack of direction, lack of drive. And many of us are feeling these two energies in a big way. Not to mention the fact that we're coming into the Aquarian energy right on the tail or the start of embracing a full moon energy, which starts tomorrow. So we have a little bit of a shifting conflictual energy, and it's going to give us a challenge in a good way. We want to feel more connected. We don't want to be lost out in the storm. And that energy kind of push and pull. Sometimes you feel like you have lots of energy and you can take on the world, and other times you're like, I can't even get out of bed. What the heck's going on? Had a full night's sleep and I'm still tired. We need to watch this energy piece. And Aquarius is going to support us with that, giving us that stable environment. Even though Aquarius is not known for groundedness, it's going to bring in stability because we're going to have a clearer understanding. That understanding comes through, it's not magic, it's not a flick of the wrist magic wand idea. This is more about you taking some time for you to check in. What is really happening for you? We don't want to get into the hurt part. We need to stay in control. The Empress is being really clear. We need to be, at the forefront. You can see here that we have the Tree of Life. Those multifaceted, very well, it's a sacred geometry. It's a complex symbol, but it talks about life. It talks about those life-giving aspects. We need to make sure that we are tapping in to some of that structure and maintaining it. That is the stability that we're looking at with Aquarius, because Aquarius is fantastic at thinking outside the box. And we need that outside thinking because how we're currently coping and dealing with things isn't working. Aquarius helps us bring in knowledge. The Queen of Cups talks about that knowledge. She is the second most intuitive card in the deck. Aquarius has a lot of intuitive energy because it is asking some hard questions, because it is challenging you to stretch and break free of some of those constraints. And it's in those constraints that you're finding the energy depletion, the stuckness, the disconnection. It's time to get reconnected. Reconnected with self, reconnected with that pathway forward. How are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you need to check in. Where are you functioning at? And you don't need to be critical. When we start to get critical, when we start to have that very low self-thought, critical, over-analytical, just really beating self up, that you got to stop. Take that time though. Take a piece of paper and write down, where are those challenges? Like I said, a lot of us are having problems with that energy. Where do you notice it the most? That disconnection. Disconnected from what? Where are those struggles at? And then more importantly, where are you succeeding? What's going right? We need to balance it out. These pieces we need to release. We need to get rid of that disconnection. And many of us have started to do that. I think that's why it's in reversal. We're starting to identify this disconnection and we're working to reconnect self. I love the fact that the Five of Pentacles in this card has the 3 pentacles up here connecting in to the 3 pentacles, which is that Triforce Perfecta. And then we have 2 pentacles here talking about that balance. Both are going to be needed because we do feel like that outsider. And some of us have physically been caught out in that cold storm. It's time to get reconnected, rebalanced, and working with our Triforce Perfecta. Checking into that energy depletion. What have you worked with to try and address the situation? What has worked? What have you thought about trying and haven't attempted yet? Remember, Aquarius is that thinking center. Think the Emperor, think the King of Swords. We want to use our third eye thinking center to problem solve and think outside the box. And that is the energy, the opportunities that Aquarius is going to be sharing with you. We need to break some of these patterns. We need to address some of these situations so that they don't become more of a problem. Because the energy fluctuation, that decreased ability to tap into what is, well, it's our energy. And then more importantly, being able to sink it back into ourselves and into that pathway forward. That is part of the situation. And it's not just about, oh, well, you know, I'm a parent or I'm a caregiver or I'm a this or I'm a that. It's more about, okay, so I am a parent. How am I rebalancing and rejigging things so that you're not on the back burner and that you're not burning out? Let's look at what other things are going to support you here, because Aquarius is going to challenge you in a good way. It's not like this is a challenge where you're like, well, this is a tower situation that's not going to, you know, end well. This is a situation that's about empowering and strengthening you. And it doesn't mean we have to do massive changes. Little shifts make a huge difference. What does that shift look like for you? Unity. Really giving me the vibes of unifying you with that pathway forward. Again, thinking that tree of life symbol that's hidden right beside the sun here. That sun, very much connected into the sun card of joy and light. Tree of life, Well, it's exactly what it is. It's a tree of life-giving aspects that is going to support you. Time. Oh my God. The cycles that we go through. I love the fact I had said many of us are parents or caregivers. We don't always have that time. Parent. We have the symbol of the goddess, caregiver. We go through different cycles in our life. It's not that one is good, one is bad. It's just what it is. Giving yourself permission, energy, and that time for you is going to help to strengthen you so that no matter what your many hats you're wearing, you have the energy to give to self and to others. You feel connected, so things are going smoother. They're going in your way, if you will. They're going to go your way. Revolution. I said Aquarius is going to challenge you in a good way. And that's exactly what we're looking at. With time, giving yourself that space. Giving that permission is important. And accepting the fact that it's okay to give yourself some of this very precious commodity of time, of energy, of space to be able to strengthen you, to improve and revitalize you. That's going to be the biggest learning curve, because a lot of us don't give back to ourselves. We don't feel okay with taking because there's so many other demands, so many other, well, hands in the pot that need us. And it's very clear in this time card. Just like when you're on a plane, then they say you have to put the air mask on yourself and then help others. This is a similar situation. Aquarius is just reminding you that you're important too, and that it's important that you take this time for you, really strengthening and rejuvenating you. All right. Let's see what further insight, wisdom, and guidance that Aquarius wants to share so that you're able to start to connect some of these dots. Embrace the tree of life. Embrace some of these more hidden aspects in these cards. Because let's be honest, it's in the subtle sharings that you're going to get the most. All right. Ace of Cups in reversal. We need to be very mindful that there are going to be, well, there's going to be a lot going on, just like there is now. And if we don't slow down, if we're not going to pay attention, more, not only energy is going to be lost, but we're going to miss out on the Holy Grail. Some of those life-giving pieces that just keep falling away from us because we're so hyper-focused on other aspects rather than really rejuvenating and sustaining us. Queen of Swords. We've got the double queens now. Queen of Swords in the upright, using your head, that third eye thinking center. Earlier, I had said King of Swords. Well, here's his consort, the Queen. Very much using our head, planning things out, asking questions, sticking to the information, not the hurt. The hurt is going to amplify this disconnection, amplify some of the mental health pieces that we've been seeing sneak up, especially over the last 3 weeks. That sad, that fear. Using our head. We need to use that third eye thinking center to not only think things through, but to be open to some of the information that's been trying to be shared with us in different ways through that intuitive aspect that we may have been missing. The one thing that I have to say, she's the second most intuitive card, but the Queen of Swords isn't too far behind her. Because in the original card, if you look at Pamela Coleman Smith's drawings, in the throne, there are cherubs and butterflies, and you see birds in the sky. All symbols of the high vibrational energy, that intuitional energy. And I've been flipping around the Hermit. ninth card in the major, or sorry, the ninth card in the major arcana, that time for self. Like I said, many of us don't want to give it to us. We're so hell-bent on helping others with everything else and avoiding what is really important for us. The Knight, the Ace, those are everyday aspects. The Hermit talks about the bigger problem, the challenges that are coming across, not only with some of that energy flow, those opportunities, that drive, but also those physical ailments, the mental health slips. Those are bigger pieces that are impacting a lot of aspects of your life. Now, we do have the double queens here, and queens are the 13th card in the major arcana. Very much connected into the Empress because we have that Empress divine feminine energy. Well, 13 is that goddess energy. In multiple 13, the angels are encouraging you to quiet your mind. It's time to listen to that intuitive self, which really amplifies what I've been saying. Not everything is going to be just a reflection. Not everything is going to be writing down the problems and looking at the situation or problem solving. You're going to be looking at channeling information, trusting in and working with your clairs. And I know a lot of us have a lot of trauma around our clairs, but there are clairs that we never shut down. And that's clairordinance, which is clear knowing or clear thinking. And again, we go back to that Aquarius energy. We go back to that thinking. We don't usually get taught or told not to think. Stop thinking. We maybe get told to stop overthinking, but we're never taught that we shouldn't ask questions, that we shouldn't think things through. Be open to information that pops into your head. Just write it down. That's clairordinance, which is that knowledge, that information that pops into our head. It has a lot to do with logic and reasoning. And it's really easy to minimize because, man, everybody knows that. And no, everyone doesn't know that. So those thoughts, those are going to be really important. Also, please be open to the clear feeling, which is called clairsentience. So those emotions, that energy, like when you walk past somebody, you're like, ooh, I don't know about them, or ooh, that person's pretty sketchy. Or on the flip side, I really like that person. They're a lot of fun. Work with those feelings. You're just going to have to make sure that you are the one in control, that that feeling is not becoming, well, going down that rabbit hole of beating self up, talking self down. We want to stay in the positive, not the negative. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the Aquarian time span. But please note, it's a start. It is not a, ooh, flick of the wrist, magic wand time, where Aquarius is going to fix all of this. It's a start. These are bigger picture pieces, and we know that because we have the Hermit and the Empress. They're major arcana. These are life lessons. And this is a life lesson that is a lot bigger than this. But this is the starting point, and Aquarius is going to get that ball rolling for you. Now, I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I hope that this helped you to understand some of the opportunities that Aquarius is going to offer you. Now, if you did like this session, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. More importantly for you, please do not forget to subscribe and hit that little red bell, as I have more readings, tools, and supports coming your way. And if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Ko-fi and Patreon page that I've provided links below, so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you so very much for joining me and exploring the Aquarian energy with me. Until tomorrow, my friends.